So Lakia and I, we're just gonna kind of do it interview style. I'm gonna unleash my inner talk show host, and yeah, we're gonna hear from Lakia's story. So Lakia, could you maybe tell us? I know that you were saying that you have some connection with St. Joseph's as far as in your family. So can you maybe talk about that?
Yes, my mom is an alumni of University of St. Joe's. She graduated in 1996.
And could you maybe talk about what you're currently doing now? Like, are you like just for work?
Just working, PR, women's studies.
And so when did you start going to school? Like as far as like college is concerned?
I started right after high school.
Okay. So you started going to college right after high school, and then how long were you going to college before you had to, like, were you able to go straight through and finish your degree?
No, I had to take, I had to start with one semester because my mom became pregnant with her fourth child. And she found out that my sister will have congenital heart disease and she won't live that long. So, I decided to take time off from college to help out. Not with just her, but my other siblings as well.
Okay, so you decided to pause your education to help out your family. And so, I guess, what all did that entail? What did a day look like in your life when you were helping out your family in that way?
I was like the second mom in the house. I made sure my siblings bathed. They did their homework. They ate. Got them ready for school, homework.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And so, how long did that last?
For 2 years.
And so, like, what was the reason for that ending?
My sister passed away in 2002 after her surgery, another surgery, of course. And I helped plan the funeral. I helped write the obituary. And a week after my sister passed away, my mother asked me to leave.
Okay, so you were helping out with your family, you helped plan the funeral, and then your mom just asked you to leave?
Yes.
Okay, so why?
I have no idea. She can't even answer me today on that issue.
Wow. And how old were you when that happened?
I was 22.
You're 22. Okay. Wow. So I guess in that moment, like, what was going through your head, and like, what were you thinking as far as what your next step was going to be? I mean, you're 22 and your mom just flat asked you to leave, and it's like, what were you thinking?
I was shocked, but I didn't argue with her. I have a lot of respect for my mother, and she can always attest to that. So thank God I had the number of my social worker from when I started school. So I contacted her, and she came and got me that morning. Yeah.
And so, I mean, okay, so if that hadn't worked out, so like, let's say the number was old, your social worker got on your phone, like, well, did you have a backup plan at all, or?
No, not at the spur of the moment, I didn't.
Do you have any idea of like what maybe you might have tried to do if that didn't work out, or?
Probably contact someone else that I knew that could probably help me at that time.
Wow. I mean, because when I hear Lakia's story too, it's kind of crazy of, I don't know, like if that hadn't happened, of just kind of like how the story would have been different, but it's just like one connection. Like if that's gone, then the story's completely different. Okay, so once you're at the social worker's house, so what was that all cotton candy and frozen yogurt? Was it just smooth? You got to walk in the park from then on out?
No, her son had hots for me, and women, you can attest to this. When you reject a man, they can make your life a living hell, and that's just what he did. Since the time I moved in to the time I moved out.
Okay, so I guess so I'm guessing that wasn't the most comfortable situation. So what exactly made you uncomfortable?
He lived in Hamden and we lived in South Windsor. He would drive from Hamden every week, and I come from work and he's like right out the door. He would come on my job unannounced. That spooked me. And to this day, I thank God he didn't sleep over because the room that I slept in, it didn't have a key, to lock the door. So that would really freak me out even more. Yes.
Okay, so, all right, so then you decide that you're gonna leave. Mm-hmm. So where'd you go after that?
I moved into my first apartment, and I was thankful that I don't have to look at him, at the door when I come to my apartment. That was a relief for me. That's another reason why I motivated me to keep saving and saving when I lived under his parents' wing to get out of there.
So how old were you at this point when you moved out of the social worker's house?
I was 23.
Okay, 23.
Yes.
Okay, so then, all right, so then you just kind of worked that job for the next how many ever years, and then is that the end of the story, or like were there any complications that happened while you were living on your own and working that job?
Yeah, I ended up becoming terminated because one of the managers lied on me, and the funny thing about the situation is I was caught on tape. He accused me of being rude to him, and it's funny because on the tape it shows me not even having any interaction with him, but they didn't watch the tape until they terminated me. So I had to take them to court, and I got paid, and I just glad I'm not there anymore. But it just, it's sad that employers would just take the manager side over a regular employee side. They have that much power over you. That's the sad part about, the retail industry.
So I guess what kept you from becoming homeless, like at that point in time?
Oh, I have good friends that I've known since I was a little girl, and they know the kind of person I am. They helped me out during that time.
And so, I guess, so were you looking for work during that time? And if so, like, how hard was that?
It took me a year to find my next job. I used to go to Connecticut Works every week. To this day, they still know me because I keep them updated on things. And yeah, it took me that long to find a new job.
All right, and then I guess, so how old were you when that other job fell through, when your boss lied on you?
I was 25 at the time.
Okay, 25. All right, and so then what has taken place between when you were 25 and now, as far as just like what's happened in your life?
I'm just working at stuff that I love to do. Yeah.
So you ended up going to finish your degree?
Yes.
So like where was that at, and what did you end up getting?
I started at MCC. I did PR because I love women's studies. That's where my heart is, and I knew just a certification in PR is all I needed because I enjoy doing documentaries. I don't want to work for the news, and when you major in PR or journalism, they really push you to do work for the news, and that's not my lane at all.
So I guess, like, do you have any maybe final thoughts or things that you would want people to leave knowing about homelessness or your experience or anything like that?
Yes, no matter how hard your situation is, just keep going, because I'm living proof that you can make it.
All right, well, thank you, Lakia.
You're welcome, Logan.
All right, so at this point in time, presentation becomes conversation. If you have any questions for Lakia, feel free to ask her.
Don't be shy. I want to be offended.
So I'm sorry, how old are you? Because I know you said something about 25 and 23 when those things. So how old are you now?
I'm 35.
So 10, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you still living in the same apartment?
No, I moved out. Yeah. Anybody else? Yes?
So you had other sisters, right?
Yeah.
So are you?
Well, the thing about it is, even though I didn't live with them, I stayed in contact with them because my sisters and brothers, I took care of them. They have a lot of respect for me, and I nonstop contact with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do still see them,
Yeah.
and you see your mom too, and.
I see my mom, but it's a line that I drew with her because I just don't understand why she would do something like that. I feel like she's very ungrateful.
What about your other siblings? Did she do something similar to a similar request to your other sibling?
No, because my brothers and sisters, they watched what happened to me. They moved out when they got of age, and they went off to school, and Yeah. Anything else?
Isn't your brother like a barber?
Yeah. I told my siblings, just because it happened to me, do everything while you're young. And I actually, went to the schools that they wanted to go to, got the applications with them, got them enrolled in schools that they want to, enroll in, and they're successful. I have 3 younger ones right now. They can't go to college yet, but the ones around me, I made sure that they did everything while they're young.
So after you moved out of that house where you felt uncomfortable with the social worker's son, did you ever tell her after that?
Well, the thing about it, she tried to hook me up with her son. See, her son can't keep a woman because he's the type of guy, she spoils him. The guy is 40 years old, and she's that's the youngest, and she still has, she coochie coo him still. So whatever he want, she makes sure he want. And she thought, by telling me about him, how great he is, she thought it was going to work. And I told her, it's not going to ever happen. So that kind of started conflict with her and I, you know. But I don't like her son, and I was honest about it, you know, and I have that right, you know. So that's how that works. So I don't have a relationship with her anymore. It's sad because I really like this lady because I met her when I was 2 years old. But for her to, you know, I just don't like the way that she did things. But she's a mom, and she got to keep her son happy, you know. Just not with me, that's all. Yeah. Any other questions?
I got a question.
Yes.
So I guess how did you choose what you were gonna bring with you when you moved out? Like, did you have a certain timeline that you had to move out by? Like, did you had to move out by that night? Were you able to bring all your stuff? It's not like you had planned to bring a U-Haul or anything, you know. So how did you choose what to bring, and like what did you end up bringing with you?
I just took stuff that's, you know, necessities, just quick stuff. I couldn't take everything. I had to leave some stuff behind. So I lost some of my stuff. Yes.
This might be a weird question.
No question is weird.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, so it sounds like you've been through some really tough stuff, but sitting here, like you have so much joy. Like that's just, I get so much of that from you. What's the source of that from you? For you, like how have you kept that through everything?
Well, I'm a strong believer in God, and also I'm a member of Cathedral of St. Joe's. So I'm an active member. That's what keeps me going.
All right, thank you, Lakia.
You're welcome.